Alex Revell, and nice little workout against Braintree. How did you see that?
Yeah, it was a really good game for us. We've chose to have two games this weekend really to make sure we get 90 minutes in all the players' legs. We've had to adjust tonight really with the personnel because a couple of things that at the training, with a couple of players that just feeling little knocks, so we didn't risk them. But we're really proud of that performance tonight because the youngsters that came into the team and came onto the pitch produced some really excellent performances, and against a team that is going to be a real strong physical side in the National League, and we're really proud of that because I thought that although we won 2-1, I think it should have been 3 or 4, but really proud of not only the younger lads but also the pros, because the pros, Dan Sweeney's, your Harvey White's, your Ben Thompson's, Nick Freeman, Louis Appiah started to show aspects of what he's about, but they led the youngsters, and that's all we asked from them. And I thought we really saw that tonight.
Well, I mean, it's a different type of game for you. You get to see the youngsters over 90 minutes in a fairly competitive fixture, and something you don't normally see. So that'll just keep things in your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to see them if they're good enough. We've always said it. They have to be good enough, and these are a really good test because physically, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge for our boys. We know about Inief Young and people. That physicality. So it's a challenge for Dan Sweeney. It's a different test to what it was against, your Coventry's where they're moving the ball quickly. And we've always said that this pre-season we want to be tested. So Harvey White tonight, for instance, that physicality. This is something he's got to add to his game. So let's put him in this game. So that's what we wanted to see. And again, he led with an example. And like I say, we've now got another one tomorrow with a different group of players, which is a different game completely to this. But we've started the weekend well in preparation for next weekend, and that's all we can ask.
I mean, in terms of the performance, it's a mix and match side, so perhaps it isn't going to flow as well as you did. But it sounds like you liked a lot of it. Is there some stuff you'll think we need to do better there?
Yeah, I mean, I said it should have been 3 or 4. We should take more chances. It should have been outside in the first 10 minutes. But we're creating really good chances, and that's the thing that we've always spoke about, in that we wanted to keep working at and get better at, and getting people in the box. So we've got to keep improving that. That's the hardest thing to do, is to put the ball in the back of the net. But what we did see is the goal from McKeith is a real quality goal. It's a centre forward that's reliable, and he's set and he turns and he slides his opposite 9 to slide and score a fantastic goal. And even the first goal for us is good play up to Harvey, and then it's a deflection, but it's good play to get it in that final third, and we're getting there nice and quickly now, and it's just that last little bit. But again, this game was a physical game for us. With we ended up with Lenny Brown, just turned 16. Alpha U came on, just turned 16. We've got McKeith Evans 17. We're bringing on Max, just turned 16. This is fantastic for us to come to a place like this where they're in the National League. They've tested lots of teams this pre-season, and seeing the younger lads just grab it, and that's all we can ask. And the pros leading them puts us in a really good place for me.
One guy in the middle of the park that has played 90 minutes here tonight, David Hicks. I mean, he must be getting close to actually being a first-team squad member now.
Yeah, with David Hicks, he's been in and around it, and with all of these boys, and we work together with Jordan and Ronnie and Scotty, and what we do is, they have to warrant being here. When they come up, to stay up, they have to keep those demands on themselves and not drop. But ultimately, they are young lads learning their trade. So when we see that drop, they go back and they pick themselves up. And when they come good again, we bring them back up, because that's how we have to do it. But they know that, and for me, they have to know that. They have to understand that's the way we work. But Hicksy's now, earlier in the season, we sent him back down because we just saw a drop. One day, came back up. Since then, he's been with us because just a realisation, right, I need to keep doing what I need to, my standards. You know, Ryan Docherty didn't get on the pitch today, 15 years old still, and you know, so he's kept his standards at the level. So at the moment, he's been with us. So, but the biggest thing for me, the reason why they stay with us is because they get buy-in from the senior pros. That's when you know that they're doing all right, they're doing well, they're working hard, they're doing all the things that you have to do to be a professional, and then hopefully we can then add to them and make them better. So Hicksy's one of those. There's many at the moment that we're looking at, and you know, when you give them an opportunity, it's down to them to take it, no matter how old you are. And tonight, hopefully, people saw it and we've seen it, that they took their chance.
There was one player I don't want to talk about, McKees Evans. When he first came into the first team, he was very young. He looks like a much more confident player now. He looks as if he's filled out a bit. He looks confident in his own skin, and he took his goal really, really well.
Fantastic finish. I think the reason why he stood out tonight is just because of his work ethic. His work ethic is second to none. And then what he did do, he should have scored another. To be critical, we did fantastic, great play between the front pair. Goes in, so he should score. But again, that's that demand that we'll place on him, that you've got to score those goals. But I don't really want to single out anyone really in terms of tonight, because I could easily go and single out. I've got to be honest, for me, that's one of the best I've seen Dan Sweeney play in a long time. And I'm not saying he's dropped, but I just thought he led the team fantastically well. He stepped in, he won every header, he demanded things from players, and he was a determined captain today. He led by example, and then everyone followed. So, you know, I could highlight many people, but you know, it's a pre-season game, so, but it's a really positive kind of final little end to our pre-season.
A couple of little injuries that you picked up. Louis Henry was such a shame for him to go off after 10 minutes. Nick Freeman as well was replaced at half-time. Anything concerning there?
No, listen, I think Louis is still a young boy in terms of growing. So I think he just felt hamstring. We'd rather take him off than it becomes something serious. And then Nick, just in the middle of the pitch, I think hit the ground quite hard, and it's quite dry. But listen, we're in tomorrow, obviously in the morning. They'll have a call down tomorrow and be assessed. But I think Nick was a bit more precaution from us, and we'll go again tomorrow. Really looking forward to a different challenge with a different group, and hopefully they can finish our pre-season games off in the similar manner that we performed tonight. Because if we do that, it'll be a really positive end to the pre-season, and a real, we can finish this now with a real positive going into next weekend.
And just away from the actual football side of it, since the last time we spoke, Terence Van Kooten's left, and I know in the statement that came out, Phil Wallace says we're going to try and get someone in before the start of the season. Any further forward on that?
Yeah, well, listen, for us, we have to only bring in someone and players that make us stronger. It's so important for that, and that doesn't just include, you know, in terms of them as a player, in terms of character. It's everything for us, because we're a really tight-knit group. We've got some real quality here. We do need to bring in a couple more, of course, and hopefully we'll be seeing that very soon. But they have to make us stronger, because we do have a really top group here, and so we've got to get it right. It can't just be anyone; it has to be right for us. And if they're not out there and we'll wait, but we're working extremely hard, Leon and the chairman and myself, and you know, all the people that come work together to make sure that we're looking at everyone to say, right, do they make us better in terms of player? Yes. Right, let's have a look. Character? No. Right, we don't sign them. So it's really important for us. But yeah, there'll be new faces soon, and you know, you might be seeing them sooner than you think.